Hello, it is Marley from Fawn and Fire, and I'm going to do a channeled message, what you need to know right now, channeled message from Source. So here's pile 1, 2, 3, and 4. So take a moment to pick the pile that resonates with you. If you're looking for a personal reading, my information's in the box below. If you are on Instagram, so am I, Fawn and Fire Intuitive. Look me up. I would love to connect with you there. And if you're interested in the Master Conduit course, there is a video on my channel, or you can email me for more information. Okay, so let's see. What do you need to know right now? Pile number 1. The most important thing they need to know right now. I feel like what this is saying, take a good look at what you are manifesting. Some of the things that you are seeking after cannot be reclaimed. Because they're holding you back. So even though in your mind you may want them, your soul wants you to have what actually reflects you. There's something you're manifesting, something that needs to transform. You know, there's a reason that you're getting certain thoughts, that you're curious about certain things. There's aspects of your childhood and even your ancestors that are kind of diminishing your strength. And your soul is trying to get you to this place of transformation. You are so compassionate and loving. Also, very independent. Feisty is the word that I'm hearing. And you deserve someone who will actually reflect that same love and compassion, somebody who's connected to their heart. And the more that you do your soul work, the more you're really going to own your power. And you can kind of trust right now that certain delays, certain things, it seems like, oh, I've been doing the work, I've been trying to manifest it. Like, when is it coming? When is it coming? Trust. You are changing and you are having an impact on the world around you. You are being an alchemist. You are transmuting the energy in your life and things are coming together. So stop the wild thoughts. The universe is bringing things together, and we don't play around. Speak your truth, not the truth that comes from like past woundings or the way you were raised or the time you were victimized. You don't have to fight for it. That is the paradox here. It is coming into fruition. The things that are truly right for you. And you can believe that. You don't have to stay stuck in a cave. It's okay to explore. That is what is bringing what you feel in your heart. It's becoming something that you're going to be able to see. And it's going to be very expansive. And if you're worried that you've ruined something, that you've destroyed something, you haven't. But make sure you're being true to yourself. Don't give yourself away too easily. Like, yes, you are strong. You're not going to be destroyed, but don't give yourself away too easily, because you know, being the loving person you are, you're loyal, and that stuff hits you deeply. It hits you deep. You are a sage. You are creating your destiny. You are creating and transmuting energy. There is a delay for you to see certain things come into your life, like so that you can have it. But that delay is because you're kind of binding yourself too much to one specific outcome, and you're being asked to expand a little more and explore the things that are in your life a little more right now. And it's not saying you have to release your dreams and not to dream about those things, but while being patient, don't block yourself off. Don't build like the shell around your heart. Your higher perspective will come from taking risks, doing some things that scare you, not just, you're not going to revolutionize things, just kind of just doing like the manifesting techniques, staying at home. Like, there's this need to get wild, because there's some things buried deep inside of you, some aspects of yourself. You're more versatile than you know, and you're not meant to just kind of be in a void. So set your healthy boundaries, but also break past some of the boundaries, because this is your fate. Some of the things you're being asked to explore right now, the delay is because you're meant to explore certain things. So don't hibernate away. Love yourself, shine, share your wisdom, challenge your body, ask your body what things that, exercises, places you need to go, energy that needs to be cleared. Especially do some crown chakra work. Get the energy flowing freely. There's a few blocks. Don't just be an observer of life. Be receptive to love right now. It's okay to withdraw sometimes to get your thoughts together, but when you withdraw too long, you start to get trapped in your thoughts. You are not meant to just be behind four walls. And don't let that creative side of yourself go. All right, so that is the channeled message for what you need to know right now for pile number 1. Pile number 2. What does pile 2 need to know right now? Channeled message from Source. One more shuffle. Wild woman. You were never meant to be tame. You were never meant to be tame. There is so much light and so much power within you. And you have had just many lifetimes of just really being able to transmute energy, being able to use the cycles of the earth, the cycles of the moon. You most likely have ties to like shamanism in past lives, and like you have been a revolutionary for lifetimes. You are a free spirit, and that is the way you should be. You are a sorcerer that has a heart for equality for all. And you are loved. I feel like the universe is telling me they love your passion. They love your freedom. They love your free spirit. They love the way you are able to understand the earth, understand the moon. We do have the shaman card. I feel like they're saying, okay, you are this amazing, magical creature. Yet when you feel wounded, there is an aspect of where you almost use your power. Could be in a manipulative way or in a cutting way. But it gets you out of flow. It gets you out of flow. It almost dehydrates you. It sucks the life out of you because you are so powerful. The karma when you come from rage or control. It causes things to grow in your life that you may not want. You know, it restricts you almost. Your power comes from so far beyond the earth, okay? Yes. And there's this way that you may be actually like lowering yourself by being so bound to the earth. Like rather than being the eagle, it's like you go to your lower self, your shadow self. It really can cause you to maybe react negatively or use your power in negative ways rather than being the rainmaker. Like I said, I felt dehydration. It's like if you desire drought for others, you bring drought on yourself when you are actually the rainmaker. And make sure you're connected to your higher self. Make sure you're connected to source, because there is this aspect of like, wow, you can create amazing things around you, but there's this need to like connect to that love, to source, to have this like this energy that can actually really quench. Yeah, like I said, flow. Otherwise you get out of flow. Yeah, because it's almost like you go hunting. And, you know, there may be some deep breathing, some shamanic breathing you need to do to kind of connect with yourself. Maybe your solar plexus can get a little, yes, the blade. Look at that color of the solar plexus. It can make it so that you cut too quickly. Your mind can get filled with like rage and so grounded with what's happening on earth that you don't necessarily realize, like if you took a moment, you wouldn't have to sacrifice so much. Because sometimes your solar plexus causes you not to see clearly. Yeah, not to see clearly. And even the things you see that you don't like, they are a reflection of stuff that is coming out in you. You know, you are not bound by time. I keep seeing repeating numbers for you too. I saw 1222 and then 1444. You know, your higher self is also very powerful. And if you notice that blue there, That can be the throat chakra, really being able to speak life over people, speak life over yourself. You have help, okay? You have higher help. And it's not just about gathering like everything that you want right now. There is a higher purpose for your magic, and you're not necessarily tapping into that all the way. Yeah. Yeah, we have the rainbow. There are many paths for you, and there's certain things that you haven't released, and so you keep repeating cycles with it. But really, you're being brought to this more balanced place in all of your chakras. I'm going to get one or two more. The council. Definitely keep connecting to your higher self. Purify the motives. We have number 11. And the giveaway. Look at that. Look at how the cards started so like red and yellow and orange, and then they were kind of showing kind of the darkness, and then the need to bring in the water and source a little bit more, the love, the unconditional love, the higher vibrations. And then look at this. Look how bright and light they got. You have a lot to give, and in some ways you've been in the season where you're really working on gathering, but you are a rainmaker, and you have a lot of light to give away. A lot of you are probably light workers, and you may have gotten like really caught up in the shadow aspect or some of the karmic cycles or the lower chakras, the passion, and the for some of you it's even like the spell casting and stuff, but it's not coming necessarily from this higher vibration. And you're being encouraged, like what you would see break through as that vibration raises. So, and that definitely you have like a lot of source really wants to give you like this divine wisdom and help you remember some of those past lives. So that's pretty cool. All right, pile number 3, what you need to know right now, a channeled message from Source. You are an alchemist. You're a light worker. You are able to transmute energy in a very powerful way and create things in your life and the life of others. You tend to get hyper focused on one thing, kind of whatever's really feeding your sacral chakra in the moment. And that kind of in a way can trap you. So there's a need to kind of pull that energy up to your heart chakra, okay? You also do have this, you may not see it yet, but you have this relationship coming in that's very connected. It could be a soulmate or a twin flame where the intimate connection is going to be amazing and the heart connection is going to be amazing. And there's an aspect of you kind of settling for a void in that area, even though you may not be really having that much fun in it, but you're like having a lot of compassion and being patient, but it's kind of draining you. But you aren't listening. You aren't listening to maybe like the fact that you feel like a little stressed or anxious, or like that it's really hard to keep your emotions even. And you're kind of like withdrawing into like hiding rather than reclaiming your power. Look at that cat with the crown on. If you're not seeing any movement and the energy's getting stagnant, it's okay to keep dreaming. But there's also this need to kind of take a risk, push yourself, get out of your comfort zone, because you want to keep transmuting energy. And if you've been trying something over and over again and it's not working, then you need to go another direction. And that doesn't mean like you have to cut something off. You can still allow space for something. But yeah, there's this need where right now like you're kind of stuck. So there's this need for a higher perspective, because you want that new beginning. You want what they're trying to lead you towards, because there's like an equal power exchange, equal heart exchange, sacred sexuality. Like there's this connection for you that's going to feel really amazing, and it's not going to have so many shadow sides, not so much hidden. And you're being asked to kind of surrender because you've been doing things the way you always have been. You haven't been looking for other things, and it's kind of stopped your ascension process. And you're being asked to manifest, you know, to want more than like what your parents had or what your grandparents had. Yes, you are being asked to release. You have been patient. You haven't been looking outside. But the paradox is like you kind of stopped seeing. You kind of stopped transmuting. And now you're stuck in a cycle that's not your fate because the boundaries you put around yourself are blocking out things that are trying to come in. And it's not really weaving like what you want right now. And you're losing trust and hope that the universe is trying to work something out. But part of that's because you're not exploring. Like there's kind of been signs guiding you towards something else, something that really reflects you. But you've been kind of comfortable in your mind, like, no, like I'm dreaming this thing. And they're like, no, okay, well, good. But we've heard your cry. Now go get it. Go get it. Yeah, self-love. You're really amazing. And the universe is like, we have someone who's equal to you. So start exploring. Put yourself in situations where you can connect with that, okay? That is what you need to know right now, pile number 3. And now for pile number 4, what do you need to know right now? A channeled message from Source. Okay, right now you feel a little bit out of control. You're not really standing in your true power, so your mind's getting kind of clouded, and there could be a lot of overthinking, and you're not really protecting yourself so much right now. You know, you're trying to create something, and it may feel like that person or that thing's back is turned on you. But part of that is like you're attracting lack right now because you're not really enjoying your life. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear. And again, we have that solar plexus chakra. Really needs some work, needs some energy clearing, okay? Like there's resistance. You're holding on really tight to something and it's making it have a really hard time growing. Like you're not allowing space for the unexpected to happen, actually. Yeah, and you're kind of missing doorways that you're meant to walk through. And it could be fear because the ladder looks rickety, but it's definitely hindering growth of a certain situation. Definitely hindering growth. It's hindering your nourishment. And maybe you feel more peace, like just kind of like being alone or being in your head, or maybe you'll have more peace meditating. But there kind of needs to be peace in your mind because whatever's happening in your mind is being planted. And the universe is really saying trust. Like the same way like baby birds get their worm. You know, you are gaining wisdom, and it may feel like you could fall at any point, like as you're reaching up, but you're safe. Like, go up the ladder, keep going up. You haven't reached the top yet. There's so much more for you to explore. Especially self-love, okay? Yeah, there's a little bit of an energy here, like you don't want to release, but again, the solar plexus, like you've lost discernment a little bit when it comes to this situation because you don't want to surrender. So it's actually become kind of a dark energy. And that can actually feed fear because when it is coming from that place, lower vibrational entities will exacerbate it to feed off of it, okay? There's a kind of this lack of gratitude. There could be some need to heal like wounds or do some forgiveness with people in the past or maybe parents who have hurt you. Yeah, whatever you focus on, we have this butterfly here. Like your mind definitely needs some expansion, okay? So that you can kind of look from a higher perspective, because I feel like maybe it's possible that you went through something really, really difficult and you have some harsh definitions. You could have dealt with like a narcissist or just somebody who was like very toxic and hard on you. But in order for change, there needs to be a little bit of release of those definitions so that you don't feel so much like a victim. You are very resilient, but you don't need to keep carrying the past on your back like that. Like that looks awful. And that would weigh you down and make you exhausted. I was just talking to my daughter about this, how, you know, like sometimes when we go through something rough, like the stress is so high, and then anything we face, even if it's just a little stressful, it's too much for us to handle in the moment. So there's this need to like lay down what you've been carrying. And it could be in regards to a man, or it could be, you know, if they made you doubt like your beauty, or if they really tainted you and your purity, there's a need to lay that down, but to also know like you are growing in your own. All of us have the divine masculine and feminine inside of us, and you are learning how to use your masculine in a healthy way. Yeah, and going to neutrality and then acceptance is really going to bring healing. It's not so much like there's not like a ton of action. It's realizing that you deserve abundance and kind of being on the lookout for when doors open for you and intending for doors to open for you. And then you have new beginnings, okay? With the full moon. And the full moon is this week, so have faith. There's new beginnings. And look, she balanced out her solar plexus. Yeah. So, you know, the divine masculine, especially for women, the way that the divine masculine works the best, it's not about like trying to control a relationship. It's about setting healthy boundaries that are good for you. Okay? Yeah. This full moon, you're really going to be walking in your power in a new way, and just do some self-reflection, do some solar plexus healing, do some forgiveness and releasing of maybe some of the harsh definitions you've put on the past. You know, Einstein found the spooky distance or spooky action at a distance. We can rewrite even our past, okay, through forgiveness and setting different definitions, different beliefs about it. So it seems like there's some healing that needs to be done for pile number 4. So much love and light to you. If you want to look into any of this further, I'm available for personal readings. My information's in the box below. I also have the Master Conduit course coming up in a few weeks. We've already started one. We're halfway through, and it's been absolutely incredible. It's just been awesome getting to know people and seeing so many huge changes. But I do have a video about that, or shoot me an email. Okay, so much love and light to you guys. Bye.